Indeed, those who came with falsehood are a group among you. Meaning those who are accusing Aisha radiallahu anha, they are apparently among you. They are apparently of the believers, but in reality they're not from the believers. Do not think it is bad for you. بَلْ هُوَ خَيْرٌ لَكُمْ. Rather it is good for you. Meaning this whole incident that arose with Aisha radiallahu anha, don't think it's bad, rather it is good. And why was it good? Why is Allah telling us that it's good? Because even though it was an incredibly difficult time, as a result of that incident, these verses were revealed. So commands and laws came down protecting the honor of women as a result of the incident that occurred to Aisha radiallahu anha. For every person among them is what he has earned from the sin. Meaning, whoever has said anything in this, whoever has spoken, accused, said anything regarding this matter, then that person is going to be punished and he is held accountable for exactly what he has said. And he took upon himself the greater portion thereof. For him is a great punishment. Who is this referring to? Abdullah ibn Ubay. He is the one who will have the greatest punishment because he was the leader of all of this. Why, when you heard it, did not the believing men and believing women think good of themselves? Allah says, why did not the believing men and women think good of themselves? He doesn't say think good of Aisha, good of themselves. Why? Because Aisha is from among you. She is of the believing women. She is the mother of the believers. Or Safwan, the other companion, he is from among you. Why, when you heard, did you not think good of them and think they could not have done this? And say, this is an obvious falsehood. Meaning, why did the people not say when they heard this, that obviously this is something that is wrong? And there's a lesson in this ayah. And that lesson is that be very, very careful about su'adhan, having bad suspicion of someone. Without evidence to accuse someone, just because of something that is heard, is a huge crime. And it can result in grave implications in relations between people. It can result in grave implications for the person accused and even for the accuser as well. Why is it not that when you heard this, you said, this is false, it's not possible? Meaning, don't immediately jump to the worst scenario. This person must have done that. If people are saying this, then that person must be involved with another person. So where should we be careful then in society? What kind of things are mentioned with regards to relationships that we should be very careful not to repeat and even listen to? It is possible that to immediately hear the false accusations and spread it and think that it's right without finding out from the source what has really happened is totally wrong. Don't just take hearsay, listen to someone and then pass on that information or that scandal, whatever's being said without any proof. Because it can have such grave implications for the reputation of the woman involved, for the relationships around the person who is being accused. So when someone is accused that this girl has a boyfriend, for example, and we don't know that she has a boyfriend, we never saw her with any guy, we didn't see her walking with him, we didn't see her with him at any point, can we repeat that then? No. We should be very careful not to repeat it because we don't know if this is a fact or not. It's just something somebody said. We don't have evidence for this. Even if we did see someone, we should be cautious to find an excuse what could be the reason that this person... I have a friend, she said, I was with my brother. Her brother was just a little bit older than her. And even though she was in her teens, she said, my brother's just so cautious about me crossing the road, my older brother. He insists on grabbing my hand. And she said, my brother's a really good looking guy. He's got brown hair, green eyes, fair skin. So he gets a lot of looks generally. And she's like, he insists on holding my hand and crossing the road with me. So he's holding my hand, he grabs my hand, he's like, come on, you come with me. And she said, there was this person coming towards us. She said, I could see from the look on that person's face who knew me that she's thinking, who is she with? When she came closer, I said, this is my brother. Just to let her know. So be very cautious. This is why he's holding her hand, because he's her brother and he's just crossing the road with her. Be cautious of coming to false conclusions because of whatever is seen. And having husn al-dhan, why did they not think good of themselves? Why go immediately to what is the wrong thought? Why not go to the good thought that, no, I don't believe this person could do this? Why did they who slandered not produce for it 4 witnesses? And when they do not produce the witnesses, then it is they, in the sight of Allah, who are the liars. And if it had not been for the favor of Allah upon you and His mercy in this world and the hereafter, you would have been touched for that lie in which you were involved by a great punishment. When you received it with your tongues and said with your mouths that of which you had no knowledge, and thought it was insignificant, while it was in the sight of Allah tremendous. Allah says, you thought it insignificant to accuse an innocent woman. Just say the words and it's done. It is a great and tremendous crime, a great and tremendous sin near Allah that a person is accused wrongly. If we look around us in society, then what kind of things do we see? Sometimes why do people file lawsuits against newspapers and magazines? Slander, false accusation. This person has falsely accused me of being in a relationship with this person, so I'm taking this person to court for slandering my name. So they're so annoyed, upset, and feel their reputation is being tarnished that they take people to court for that. So it might be something commonly spread that is said all around, but it doesn't make it something small. Allah says, you think it's insignificant, but it's not. Do not speak without evidence. And why, when you heard it, did you not say, it is not for us to speak of this? Exalted are you. This is a great slander. We can see here that Allah says that we should say, it is not for us to speak of this. We should not indulge in this. I don't believe that this person could do this. I don't imagine this person could do this. I think this is wrongdoing. I think this is falsehood. I think we should hear that person's side of the story. I'm sure that there is something wrong in the transmitting of this information, that this is what we should say. We should make excuses and not confirm it. Allah warns you against returning to the likes of this conduct ever if you should be believers. And Allah makes clear to you the verses, and Allah is knowing and wise. Indeed, those who like that immorality should be spread among those who have believed will have a painful punishment in this world and the hereafter. And Allah knows, and you do not know. And if it had not been for the favor of Allah upon you and His mercy, and because Allah is kind and merciful, meaning if it had not been for His favor and mercy, what is not said here is that it could have led to grave consequences, the kind of things that were being said about the wife of the Prophet